Aurora Quinn first tasted Mendocino salt wind on the 5th of October, 1994, in a tiny birthing room that looked straight onto green-gray breakers. Her mother, a Celtic folk fiddler who kept bundles of dried sage in her violin case, played slow reels above the incubator. Her father, a lighthouse mechanic who sketched tide charts between wrench turns, leaned close and promised his daughter that every wave begins as a single breath. Curves flourished on every branch of the Quinn family tree, so nobody blinked when baby Aurora split 2 cotton onesies before the moon finished its first climb. Grandpa Seamus simply let out every seam, whistled a jig, and declared that extra cloth cost less than extra courage. Childhood felt like sea spray mixed with fluorescent classroom glare. Aurora already stood taller and broader than her classmates, so when she solved math puzzles at the board, her silhouette swallowed the projector beam. On one rainy recess, 2 boys chanted "cargo ship" each time she crossed the blacktop. After class, she scooped soda can pull tabs out of the playground bin, wired them into a glittering vest, and wore it beneath her uniform. The next morning, the ceiling flashed with wandering sparks. A substitute teacher captured 10 seconds on an old flip phone and posted the clip online. By sunrise, thousands of strangers cheered the girl, who turned mockery into lighthouse flair. If that spark already lifts your horizon, strike the red subscribe button now, the way a deckhand rings the ship's bell at dawn so you never miss the next swell. Weekends belonged to the harbor wharf, where her mother's fiddle notes mingled with chowder steam. Off-the-rack jeans refused to stretch over Aurora's hips, so she traded clam cake tokens for discarded fishing nets, cut them into high-waist shorts, and spray-painted crimson kelp silhouettes along the seams. She opened an online diary called Tide Bloom and paired sunset selfies with captions that flipped between Gaelic sayings and plain English truths, such as "waves know no shame and neither should curves." By 15, she counted nearly 50,000 followers beaming encouragement back through glowing screens. A scholarship carried Aurora south to the Academy of Art University in San Francisco. Daylight vanished inside textile labs, while nights belonged to a ramen bar that never closed. The lantern outside that bar became her impromptu spotlight. Between orders, she filmed short reels, twisting chopstick wrappers into hair spirals, while explaining dart rotation in a lilting blend of Irish lilt and California breeze. One clip showed her looping foghorn samples on a pocket synthesizer while hemming a denim jacket lined with reflective buoy tape, and within 2 days it topped 900,000 views. Collaboration offers poured in, but every brand stopped at size 14, so Aurora archived each message in a folder she titled "Waiting on the Tide" and kept refining her craft. Patience paid off in early 2023 when Patagonia invited her to co-design a collection called Shoreline Shell. Aurora agreed on 3 conditions: patterns up to a 60-inch hip, a photo crew hired out of community college film programs, and 10% of profits sent to coastal erosion science. Patagonia signed without hesitation. The shoot unrolled at dawn on a fog-draped cliff where Aurora guided plus-size surfers across tide pools while gulls wheeled overhead. When the catalog launched, every extended-size windbreaker sold out in 36 hours across 15 countries, and Tide Bloom leapt past 500,000 followers. Still sporting a ramen-splattered apron, she live-streamed gratitude from the Lantern Alley while sea mist wrapped the neon kanji behind her. Rumor gulls circled soon after. A podcast insisted Aurora hid under steel corsets between takes. She stepped onto a wind-swept jetty in a sports bra and board shorts, traced every stretch mark with neon paint, and let a friend drape low fiddle drones beside her. 10 million viewers reposted the clip tagged simply "Beacon Truth," coloring their own lines in defiance until the gossip plunged beneath the tide. Ramen wages and capsule royalties flowed straight into Quinn Glow, a whipped body balm crafted from kelp oil, sea buckthorn butter, and pearl mica. Aurora poured the first 16,000 tins inside her father's lighthouse workshop, tied each lid with braided fishing twine, and stamped cards reading, "Moisturize your tide." Stock vanished in 85 minutes, generating $171,000, 20% of which seeded Harbor Hands grants that send industrial sewing machines and mobile audio kits to plus-size teens from Eureka to Port Angeles. 9 months later, 35 recipients staged a floating pop-up aboard a restored schooner that made regional headlines. San Francisco Fashion Week minted legend. Minutes before Aurora's finale walk for Chromat, a spotlight shattered and sliced her sapphire mesh gown along the thigh. 90 seconds remained. She borrowed rainbow paracord from a stage rigger, laced the split-like boot eyelets, and strode the runway as if the splice had always been sketched. Flashbulbs thundered and Vogue christened the moment Paracord Rhapsody. Another million supporters rushed aboard before the after-party lights even warmed. Drama tried once more when a former publicist leaked partial emails claiming Aurora demanded gold leaf ramen and chauffeured yachts for her rescue spaniel. Aurora posted the entire chain that showed she had only asked for refillable water urns, miso bowls for crew, and captioned monitors for deaf stylists. She sent that month's affiliate revenue, $128,000, to kelp forest restoration, then reminded her audience that receipts shine brighter than rumor foam. By midsummer 2024, Tide Bloom glittered with more than 6 million Instagram friends, nearly 3 million TikTok voyagers, and 1.7 million YouTube subscribers. Cartier tapped her for a film called Sapphire Surge, shot inside the Fresnel lens of Point Reyes Lighthouse. Aurora accepted on condition that Cartier fund therapy stipends for fishermen recovering after fierce winter storms. They agreed, and the finished ad became Cartier's highest click-through video of the quarter. Family keeps her compass steady. Twice a month, she streams Fiddle and Foam, with her mother bowing Celtic reels beside a fire pit, her father reading Tide poetry, and Aurora reworking thrifted coats in real time. One session spiked to 9 million viewers when a harbor seal hauled out behind them and sneezed at the camera. A marine sanctuary now sponsors each stream, tagging rehabilitated seals with trackers financed by Quinn Glow Pro. Quinn Glow revenue sailed past $11 million last year. Aurora leased an abandoned boathouse, carved skylights into cedar rafters, and staffed the jar line with furloughed deckhands and fashion interns. Every tin still carries a twine knot tied during mandatory seashell stretch breaks, because her grandmother always said hands weave stories long after machines go mute. Mental health transparency powers her feed. She posts paired images she calls Fog and Beacon, one flawless campaign frame followed by a moonlit selfie after an anxiety spike. She shares sea cave soundscapes and journal prompts in English and Irish Gaelic, then reminds followers that a partner clinic offers sliding scale counseling. 91,000 people have already signed up, many citing her openness as their first wave of relief. Community rides glow like bioluminescence. Hundreds of cyclists join Glow Tide tours at dusk, shoulders polished with Quinn Glow and handlebars ringed in LED shell bands. Ticket proceeds deepen Harbor Hands and pay for beach wheelchair ramps, while shoreline cafes report double-digit sales boosts on ride nights. Aurora pedals every mile out front, Fiddler's sidecar humming jigs, pausing wherever gravel meets sand to retie a loose sneaker for anyone who needs a steady knot. Her horizon keeps stretching. She is writing a memoir titled Lantern Current, slated for 10 languages next spring. A streaming platform has greenlit a series tracking her plan to refit retired ferries as floating fashion and sound labs for harbor towns. Puma will launch Tide Pulse sneakers with reflective buoy cords and algae foam soles, pledging 10% of sales to expand Harbor Hands around the Pacific Rim. Before the credits roll, drift down to the description. Along with links to Quinn Glow, Harbor Hands grants, and tonight's Fiddle and Foam playlist, you will discover an unexpected treasure, a research-backed guide for sparking genuine romance, full of conversation anchors and confidence rituals that can help you inspire real affection from the woman of your dreams. Love is a wide ocean, but that compass is waiting below. If Aurora's voyage from pull-tab armor to paracord Rhapsody gowns has brightened your inner coastline, smash the like button and let the comment tide carry your favorite scene. Whether it is the cargo ship chant turn chainmail triumph, the seal sneeze cameo, or the shattered spotlight rescue. Finally, if you have sailed this far without subscribing, now is the moment to raise your own anchor and join the crew. Tap subscribe, share the journey with a friend, and keep your beacon burning until the next radiant horizon rises. Every curve can redirect currents, every scar can refract moonlight, and the ocean salutes anyone brave enough to shine beyond the fog.